going through a poem I wrote back in, I'd say, 2005. And I'm reading it because of the shenanigans that we've been witnessing in Washington, D.C. It's the same bullshit. Just to show you that something that was written in 2005, essentially, we're still doing the same, a lot of the same bullshit. Called the political parties. The sick and tired of this political party been held against the taxpayers' boon. No cakes of beer, but there's plenty of food. They roll at the pork barrels, the good times ooze. The budget deficits gloom large, and still the government consumes. They give us all that jazz, ignoring the blues as if deafened by the echoes of the baby boom. Passing on the bills of today's youth are doomed to a long hangover tomorrow we'll see so soon. While they talk about teen sex, teen angels getting screwed, there is no social cure because the bill is overdue. As politicians play hosts in their snakeskin suits, reptile shoes, it gets the backed into corners, divided into groups, racism, preference of the dominant two. We're told there's no room for doubt, only absolute balance, the same broken record with no change of tune. The roof is on fire. This motherfucker is burning. The only one to rescue is so we can escape from the truth. These parties cease to abuse. They entertain those with special interests seeking more power to abuse. Drunk of self-indulgence, stumbling, and trade continues. Politics trade in a mask and costume, taking the same message to different venues. Every chance to get going to a classroom. The Department of Education, you're treated like a bathroom. So vote American children struggle with English, science, and math too. Politicians address the subject when they have to, taking advantage of the politics of opportunity. The dictators correct to address certain communities. Neither party can claim immunity, therefore neither party can escape from impunity. And this orgy for greed is stripped down, denuded. Nauseous from revelry, the party atmosphere now seems putrid for the life of the party means future hope is executed, therefore the parties which must be commuted. This poem is a wake-up call that is sadly deluded. Any illusion of grandeur from your minds excluded. Because we play in a card game, we play Russian roulette, hoping the Saudi and Asian interests we owe don't decide to recoup our debt. So when the mind-altering illusions are diluted and all signs of music are finally muted, we're waking from a stupor to a chorus of sorry excuses. I was taught in school, devils, kratos, people rule, but those who made the electoral college were common people fools. When we were told they had no clues. Slaves who were to such a may as well have been mules. The fruits of democracy never dared to be choose. But now we have no better way of technological tools. We have the ability to change the system, yet the powers that be refused, so people like myself remain confused. How could you accept that someone who didn't win the popular vote did not lose? No, Mr. President, this is over. No, Mr. President, I'm not attacking you, this is attacking the system based on my personal views. There's a question which I think needs further review as well as the issue of red versus blue. Is it disturbing national elections designed by a few? Winner takes all, as a nation we all lose interest in the system that needs to be improved, and they wonder why apathy is running loose. Next thing that hits me is the political action committees, where these politicians' loyalties lie. So many black telling fears are inextricably tied if they represent corporate America, or they thinking of you and I say the number one rule to save their own hide. Rather than unify, the first option is to conquer divide. I mean, cash rules everything, so wouldn't it be political suicide not to serve their masters? Why do you think lobbyists pay both sides? Obviously, kind of both ways, no matter who wins the election, for them it's thumbs up, okay? All of a sudden they want to talk. Now we move on to politicians breaking law. Should the commander-in-chief and court-martial for adults when he decided to have a quick score of an intern, leadership by example? That's where I've heard that before. Sounds like something JFK would have said. I wonder what's going on with Marilyn was singing, what's going on inside his head. I leave it to your imagination out of respect for the dead. If you think that's bad, wait, at least there's more. At least he had a man who smoked crack. At the rehab, the people still elected him back. Weren't they scared? Do you have a relapse? Is it me? Or can we have better choices than that? This point would allow the media to escape unscathed. What happened to investigative journalists and questions being raised? Now we have hand-picked news conferences and people, no one is brave to stray from the script. But they feel time delayed, so the same bullshit time. Soundbites get replayed again and again and again and again. Fox and CNN are set in their ways. God forbid objectivity get in their way. The news is sanitized, material is glamorized, the poor ignored while the rich and famous lifestyle is dramatized, or to be considered and fantasized. Young minds are poisoned, they're taught to fantasize our lives. lives. Lives are scandalized. Over time, morality vandalized. As society decadence is exponentially amplified. And anyone who's annoyed by the focus of Michael Jackson, little boys, overboard athletes taking steroids, power surfing and sex toys. I'm British, but I don't give a fuck about the world. And these other decoys. Why see that they avoid the millions of people underemployed, finding long-term solutions for the price of oil? People suffering from hunger as warehouses and food spoil. Let me tell you, the blood boils. When they blame Americans' problems on illegal immigrants in American soil, what about the citizens who kick back and enjoy the fruits of their labor? Without them, no illegal aliens will ever be employed. The day that the Mexican economy destroyed shouldn't need a movie to see the idea is null and void. This poem stands in opposition against those who take single position. The lesser of two evils wins a decision. It doesn't involve a certain issue, they don't listen. They be kissing and telling jokes, you gotta be kidding. But the politicians aren't my friends of plot thinking because independent thinking is forbidden. So most registered voters serve a purpose and don't bidding without thinking about the masters who've been whipping up this frenzy. Both parties are supposedly unfriendly, but for the most part they actually pretend to be because independent thinking is the greatest common enemy. For some time, the monopoly will be in jeopardy, and hopefully America's political analysts will receive some form of relative remedy. Don't claim to have ideas to solve or recipes, well, that's going to spend so long.